What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month. And what I'm going to more at, sort of after I explain to you what exactly it is I'm going to be looking at self-publishing, which is a thing that I myself have done quite a little bit of research into, because that's probably, in all honesty, the way I'll publish anything that I think should just be a novel. I would like to make films, but I don't want to have, I'd like to make, I think the little universe I've made in my head should exist within the pages of a novel, rather than be a cinematic thing. Yeah, just me. So what is NaNoWriMo, or NaNoWriMo, as I incorrectly said earlier? It is a US-based non-profit organization that promotes creative writing around the world. Its flagship program is an annual international creative writing event in which participants attempt to write a 50,000-word manuscript during the month of November. Well-known authors write pep talks in order to motivate participants during the month. The website provides to participants called Rhymos with tips for writer's block, information on where local participants are meeting, and an online community of support. Focusing on the length of the work rather than quality, writers are encouraged to finish their first draft quickly so it can be edited later at their discretion. The project started in July 1999 with 21 participants. In 2019, 455,080 people participated in the organization's programs. They do have they do have a website. It'll be left in the description down below, as well as the Wikipedia page, so you can read literally the rest of the article for yourself. As far as self-publishing goes, it is a way for authors to get their work published without using a traditional book publisher. In some ways, it's better than traditional publishing, but obviously, as all things do, it also has its downsides. So, gone are the days when self-publishing was viewed as a route for those who couldn't hack it in the mainstream. On the contrary, even highly successful authors are choosing to self-publish their new titles. Moreover, small indie presses are gaining steam on the industry big boys. According to a recent article, just a quarter of Amazon ebook sales come from titles published by the five largest publishing companies, while indie presses account for 45% of sales. The market has spoken and authors are listening. Not only are authors listening to the market, but by self-publishing, they do also stand to get a larger portion of the royalties, because they're not having to pay a publishing company. Still, it's not without its challenges. Understanding the advantages and disadvantages of self-publishing over more traditional routes of getting the word out is crucial if you have to make the best possible decision for your financial future. So, pros. Fast exposure. One of the benefits of self-publishing is that your book gets to the market faster than it would via traditional methods. The internet means that you could theoretically complete a book today and publish it tomorrow. Which means that if you're sitting there and you've got this awesome idea, you can crank out the first novel in your little series or whatever you want to have going on, publish it, there it is, the internet can have it, it's up, it's up for sale sort of thing. you're selling an ebook, done. Meanwhile, while that's bringing in some money from it being a new book out in the market, you can be working on the second one, and you could theoretically, depending on how quickly you write, you could have a 4-part series released within a year, depending on how quickly you write. You might decide that you want to go a more traditional 1 a year sort of thing and have them release on specific dates that mean something to you. Up to you. But while we don't recommend the tactic of writing a book in a day and publishing it the next, as even the most talented authors need time to edit and proofread their works, the speed of self-publishing can translate to faster exposure and therefore quicker capital return. On the other hand, publishing a book through one of the big houses takes 6 to 18 months minimum. You have greater creative control as another pro. One of the best reasons to self-publish is that it offers you creative control over the book's content and its appearance. So not only what you can actually fill the pages with, but also what the cover looks like. You can commission your own art for it from someone that you want to have draw pictures for it. I think I actually have, I do like their art style. Maybe I could get them, maybe I could commission. I think I just thought of who I want to have get commission for, like pay them commission to do the art for my books. I'm going to be self-publishing, that's why I'm doing this video. And I just suddenly had that click, like, I want them to do it. Okay, cool. Write a note as soon as I finish this video. But yeah, so inside and out, you get to decide how beautiful that piece of work is. When you publish through one of the largest houses, you need to meet requirements of multiple parties, including editors, marketers, and designers. So yeah, no. On the other hand, self-publishing affords you the opportunity to craft and control your content every step of the way. Not only can you make decisions regarding the text and cover art, but you can also opt to publish your material whatever format you desire, from booklets to workbooks, and even a multi-book series. Better royalties, one of the ones I mentioned earlier. Traditionally, publishing houses pay authors royalties on the books they sell. For example, you might receive 10% or 15% of the list price of each book sold, while the rest of the profits go to the publisher. So let's say you went out and bought a new novel and it was, let's say $15, right? I think 12's usually, at least at the moment, going to be W, 12 is about the average that I would spend, but let's say it's 15. If you're getting 10% of that, that's $1.50. If you're getting 15, that's $2.25 per book. So of the $15 that you are spending, the author's only making between $1.50 and $2.25 on a $15 book. Whereas if they self-publish, right, so it says here, on the other hand, when you self-publish with someone like Amazon, you get to receive up to 70% of the list price. So suddenly that $1.50 is now, what's that, $10.50 as 70%. So it's quite a sizable amount. Very good. Additionally, self-publishing through Amazon and other sites similar enable you to retain the rights for adaptations like films, TV shows, and even comic books. So if I wrote a story that included some sort of a character that gains powers, that sort of thing, and let's say Marvel decides that they want to buy it so they can turn it into a comic book, they'd like to own the film rights or the TV rights, they would actually have to come to me to get those rights. And then if DC also wanted to, at the same time, they'd have to come to me, and then I'd be able to pick and choose who I think's got the best interest for that. It generally has a longer shelf life. So one of the biggest benefits of self-publishing over traditional publishing is it gives your book a longer period in which to find its audience. When you publish through a large company, your title will likely only have a shelf life of 1 to 2 months in the bookstore, as these shops are constantly moving out old inventory in favour of newly published works. On the other hand, digital books remain on Amazon's virtual shelves indefinitely. Because potential readers can find your work with the click of a button, you have more time to build a following and a lucrative writing career. This ability is especially crucial for new writers who haven't yet found their audiences. The cons, because obviously there are. Now, it has here a lack of editorial support, a lack of marketing support, less acclaim, as the three. So it really comes down to pros: creative control and the amount of money you'll be able to make off of your idea. Con, anything business related, essentially, unless you sort of know a little bit about editing and a little bit about marketing. And these are things you can easily go and do a course and learn. And the amount of online courses you can do these days to learn these sorts of things is ridiculous. So when it comes down to it, I don't really see any sort of downside to self-publishing, because you can teach yourself editorial stuff, you can teach yourself marketing. Then the real downside then is the less acclaim, but you've got everything else under control. But self-publishing is not without its downsides. One of the main drawbacks of publishing on your own is not having the benefit of an editorial team at your back. In the traditional publishing world, authors work with editors and proofreaders to smooth out story issues and ensure the final product is free of typos and other mistakes. If you're planning to publish a novel or non-fiction book on your own, it's important to arrange for a trusted party to copy edit your book. Additionally, you will likely want to hire a designer to create appealing cover art. The goal is to make your ebook appear just as professional and error-free as a title coming from one of the big publishing houses. Now, for that one, especially when we're looking at proofreading, where was it? Editing and proofreading to smooth out story issues and ensure the final product is free of typos and other mistakes. It's not hard to have someone within your support group, right? Someone supporting you in your writing, whether that's a teacher that you have at school or that you had at school, or it might be a trusted friend that also, has a fairly good grasp on proper spelling and punctuation. Like, you don't want to ask your dyslexic friend to read your book and proofread it for you. It's not going to go over well, let's be completely honest. But if you've got someone who can do that for you for free, essentially, not only are they essentially getting a full, it's not just a sneak peek, it's a full exclusive premiere essentially, and they get to sort of read the book and go, okay, well, this this bit kind of confuses me, I don't understand what's going on here, what do you mean by this? And they're able to help you sort of understand from a reader's perspective how it comes across, so you're able to smooth it out and fix all those things. And then typos and other mistakes, if you're typing it on Word, hit F7 and just do a spell check. It'll generally smooth those things out for you, as long as you've got the dictionary set to the location that you are from. So like for me, that would be Australian English. As long as you've got that set, you can just do an F7, and then it's getting someone to read it to make sure that all of your story beats and the bits that you want to have in there make sense. Because yeah, like I said, you have total creative freedom, so you don't have to cut out a particular part to make the book, you know, flow as quickly or as slowly as it, you know, as another person thinks it should. You can be like, no, I really want to just slow down in this moment to fully appreciate this character or this element of the story before we go into this big action sequence afterwards. Less marketing support. Just as self-published writers are on their own when it comes to editing, they also have to take the reins for marketing and distributing their products. Not only do publishers boast their own platforms from which to launch your titles, but they also have the money and resources to set up bookstores and arrange for media coverage. Additionally, publishing companies can arrange for their authors to secure third-party testimonials and reviews. These endorsements are crucial for marketing your book to your target audience. If your goal is to self-publish, you'll need to seek out your own testimonials by sending copies of your ebook to authors and reviewers. Before launching your title, strive to make contacts with other writers in your field. You can also send free copies to interested readers in exchange for unbiased reviews. By putting some time and money into marketing your book at the start, you boost the odds of earning more revenue down the line. And that's easy. That's easy enough to do. And then the last but not least is the less acclaim. So it's no secret that self-publishing has a bad rep in certain circles. While the self-publishing stigma certainly means less today than it once did, certain readers will still refuse to publish works that didn't originate with one of the other big companies, whether that's Penguin Books or Macmillan or what have you. If you're determined to capture the widest possible readership, self-publishing might not be for you. Self-publishing is not without its challenges, and naturally, not all books are going to be bestsellers. However, with 1,300 authors who made their Kindle debuts in 2013 now earning $10,000 or more from writing annually, there's definitely an opportunity for talented writers to cash in. Do your homework to boost your odds of finding self-publishing success. And that's all it comes down to. It's just doing a little bit of research, knowing what you're getting yourself into, making sure you've got a good, having a good solid idea for a story, being able to execute it properly, giving a lot of character development as well as good action sequences. You really want something that's not only going to capture a reader's interest as far as topics and themes concerned, you also want it to read in such a way that essentially there'll be a small movie playing in their head as they're reading it. You want it to hold their attention. Get yourself a good support circle so that you can just sort of get to the point of, hey, I think I've finished this chapter, would you mind reading it? Person gets to read the chapter, yep, no, cool, that reads that way, awesome, on you go, and doing that with every sort of chapter, until you finally have a finished first draft of a manuscript, getting someone to then read the full thing, and yeah, I found, and I think I used a couple of books about the same like length as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I used books of about that size I know most books are much thicker than that these days, but I sort of started off with that size, and chapter-wise, it's generally around about 3,000 words, I think I counted. So the 50,000 words that they've got there is what, that's like 17, yeah, it's like 17 chapters based on that. So it's a book of, you're essentially writing a book the size of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in 50,000 words. Going off of an average word count per page, you'd end up with a book about that size. But yeah, that's all I've got for this video. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date with when I upload new videos, make sure you ring that notification bell and turn the post notifications on. Again, links in the description, both for this self-publishing article and the one about NaNoWriMo. That'll all be in the description. Let me know if you would be interested in reading my book, because I'm going to be self-publishing it anyway, even if it doesn't get me any particular money. I want to just sort of try it, see what the process is like. I really enjoy writing, so it's something I definitely want to do. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you would read my work, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.